Hello friends, Mike here with Tips for the Trip and Ready 4x4. Doing a quick comparison here of two air compressors. One is this Thor's Lightning Automatic, which I've got set up and connected to one of my tires here. I've already aired down the tire with the all-top automatic tire deflator down to about 16 psi. Now our comparison will be with this AstroAI compressor, which has this also down to about 16 psi. Also, we're down with the automatic. But the basic idea here is going to be to just do a time comparison to see how long each of these takes. Trying to keep it as fair as possible. Both our rear tires are on the same grade, so aired down at the same time. So we're going to give these a shot and see how they do. We'll start this one, and I'll go start the next. Understand there'll be a little bit of a time difference here, but I will get a clock on there as we're starting these. And then we'll start this one up too. Start So as this is going, our basic intent is going to be to watch these guys go and see which one goes faster. I think we presume that the Thor's Lightning will go substantially faster. It's got a higher output, a little more power to it. Their system is designed to actually support a 4-tire inflator, and that will allow for a fair amount of expediency when airing up your tires, but that requires a rather extensive 4-part connection that connects to each of the 4 tires. It's kind of an interesting system. It allows you to normalize the pressure across all 4 and air them up uniformly. Once it's out, it seems to be pretty convenient, but then you have to get it all out and deal with 4 connections for each of the tire, or 1 connection for each of the tires, and then the one to the pump itself. So with setup and tear down time, it can be worth it if you're setting everything up. But really want to see how fast this Thor's Lightning compressor, which would match their proprietary 4-way inflator setup, and see how this does just for comparison by itself, and maybe determine how long it would take to do all 4 and see if it's worth carrying around a little more gear and investing another couple $100 into that 4 charger or 4 inflator apparatus. So Thor's Lightning just cut off here. That was just about a minute and a half, and that's sitting there right at 40 psi, which is where I set this to. So let's see where the Astro is. So in that same just about 2 minutes, Astro here has got us about 20 psi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away, and we will check back in with this when it is done.
A few moments later.
Just want to do a quick progress check. It's now been about 10 minutes since this started. So it's been chugging away from that 15 up. It's now at 34.5 psi. So that Astro is still chugging along, but rather than have you sit here and watch a compressor the whole time, we will cut it off again and go check. The time this is taken, I've already packed up and stowed the Thor's Lightning away, so that's sitting here ready to go. Yeah, we'll check back in on this when it's done, and we'll get a more approximate timeline. It shouldn't be just a minute though. All right, so the Astro just hit 40. We're going to wait. It's going to normalize, and then it'll cut itself off. There it is. All right, so
whoopsie daisy.
All right, sorry about that. I didn't realize that I had cut off the video outside, so just to finish the conversation, I'll come inside and do it so I don't have to talk to myself in the driveway more than I have to. So the 2 compressors really do make the same outcome at the end of it. The lower end Astro will work. It'll air up. It will get your tires from an off-roading PSI all the way up to a roadworthy PSI on a 33-inch tire. Larger tires, it'll have to work a little harder. I don't know that I would trust it up past 33. I think at 33 it was really getting to the end of its capacity. Uh, the Thor's lightning didn't even blink. It took about 90 seconds by compared, to 12, 13 minutes. And it just did it without blinking. It didn't even get hot trying to accomplish that. The Astro really did warm up, and it took a while for that onboard fan that it has to cool itself down. So, having only done it to one tire, I don't know that it would hold up to three more tires. So, um, ultimately, the comparison here is going to be a matter of use case. If you're just looking at the infrequent, once in a while need to air up a tire, or maybe just 5 psi because it got cold outside in October, and your psi and your tires goes down, then sure, I think that's a great option. For a longer, like if you're using it off road or for off road applications, I think you need something along the lines of the output and capacity of that Thor's Lightning. These are both really an option and an alternative to looking at onboard air from something um, like an ARB. These are intentionally portable, where those are designed to be installed on board. I think that there's a case for those, but if you're the weekend warrior who doesn't need it routinely, the inconvenience of hooking it up really probably is outweighed by the cost difference. Where you look to quadruple, quintuple the cost from the Astro to the Thors. You're looking at doing that probably double to triple again to get into the ARB on board by the time you consider the wiring, the mounts, and whatever your specific application is. Further, it's also tied to that vehicle. So whenever it comes time to move on to your next vehicle, you don't have it in a bag that you can just grab and move on with. If you own multiple vehicles, having a portable one saves you from having to install on every single vehicle. So unless you have a particular application where you need onboard air for lockers, for instance, or you're using some of the integrated air systems like the Wi-Fi system, where you can hook up all the tires at once and inflate all of them simultaneously. There's not a huge use case for the onboard air for your average weekend warrior. If you're going out, once a month, taking 5 minutes to go and air up the tires is not bad. Um, Using something like the Thor's Lightning, it makes it easy. You just hook it up to each one, you walk around, 90 seconds per tire, and poof, you're good to go. It took less time to air them up than it did to air them down with the automatic deflators. It's a very effective use case for that compressor. So ultimately, when it comes to if your consideration for a compressor to carry within your rig, if you're looking to air up larger tires with any kind of frequency, I think having a little small compressor is probably going to cause you headache. Just with soft numbers, assume it took 15 minutes per tire, you're going to be sitting at the end of the trail for an hour. We end up on the beach in North Carolina pretty routinely. Taking 10 minutes to air up the tires once we've cleared the beach is not nearly as much of an imposition as taking an hour when all we want to do is get home and eat something and get the sand and salt off of us. Taking 10 minutes to do that on the roadside or the pull-off lots, it's a lot easier to do that than it is to spend an hour sitting there listening to a compressor try to whale its way through airing up all four tires. I'll have links to both of these compressors that are both available on Amazon. The links are affiliate links to our Amazon relationship.
So if you do explore those and choose to purchase, I certainly appreciate it for whichever use case is good for you. I hope that you will also go and check out our website, TipsForTheTrip.com, and engage with us there. Look, if you have other recommendations for gear that you'd like to see reviewed, I'm happy to go and take a look at it and see. We're going to start looking at more opportunities to do install videos and gear reviews as we go through. So as you see these come along, please engage, like, and subscribe, share with your friends, and share around the community so we can start get some traction on in making content that makes more sense for you, the audience. With that, thank you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe again, and we'll see you soon.